You are listening to the Jboy Show, your number one source from the SEC.
My goal was to run through his soul and grab his heart when I run through his soul.
Kurt, Nate, Coach Staff, those are memories.
I think we've established ourselves as, I think, the premier conference in college football.
Now, the SEC is better at the top. It's better in the middle.
The Southeastern Conference remains the premier conference.
Takes the snap. Looking for the receiver. He's got Lutz Kirkland. Touchdown, Auburn!
When you think about it, it's always been the SEC and everybody else trying to catch it.
I think this is probably the best league from a competitive venue standpoint.
They have the most capable teams. You just look at those programs, the way they recruit, how they invest.
Snap to Burrow. 3 steps. Fires. Back corner of the end zone. Over the shoulder catch. Did he hold on? He did. Justin Jefferson. Touchdown, Tiger.
And now, your host, Jboy.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining us once again. Right now in sports news, the number one sports podcast in the country just hit it again. Very excited. And it's all because of you guys. And we really appreciate it. Whether you're watching us on YouTube, listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever. Like I said, it doesn't matter if it's a cup with a string in it. As long as you're listening or watching, we appreciate it. Got one of the top offensive line prospects in the 2022 class that I'm going to bring in here in a second. But I got to give a shout out to betonline.ag, where the online casino is always open. We got March Madness right around the corner. So whether you like props, parlays, teasers, whatever, hop over to betonline.ag and tell them that Jboy sent you. But very excited. Like I said, I love bringing the top guys on here, the top prospects, to really talk about the recruiting process and tell you a little bit about themselves, that stuff, because we always hear, well, this guy can do this, he can do this. But again, we are talking about human beings and people with personalities. And I'm really excited to bring in 4-star class of 22 offensive tackle. He's really an athlete. I think he could play every position, but tackle Riley Quick. Riley, what is up, brother?
What's up, man? Thank you for having me.
Man, I appreciate you coming on. And really where I want to start, Riley, is obviously your brother plays at a very high level, and you've seen a guy that's been able to achieve success. And how have you used, watching his experience in recruiting to kind of help yourself? Because every recruitment's different. Doesn't matter if you lived in the same house together or not.
I've used it a lot, especially when quarantine happened.
Mm-hmm.
He was home a lot. And that's when I really started getting noticed a lot, and he was there with me, and he just helped me out a lot, with knowing how to respond to coaches and stuff like that.
Definitely, because again, you're a guy that's been getting blown up. You look at your offer list, you got Auburn, you got Michigan, you got Florida State. I mean, go down the list. I mean, you're 6'5", 260 right now, athletic. You're not a waist spender. You're flexible in your ankles, which is huge. That's something the coaches look at. And I watch you, you're able to pop up off the ground really quick after you pancake somebody. That's something else that they look at. But, Riley, right now, and again, there's a lot of schools and you've got a ton of time, as crazy as this recruiting process has been. What are some schools that stand out to you right now?
Right now, it'd probably be Auburn, Florida State, Florida, Michigan, Penn State, Ole Miss, and Mississippi State.
I got you. Well, you, two of our producers, one of them's a Florida State fan, the other one's a Michigan fan. Obviously, I'm from Auburn, so you're kind of spreading the love over here. They're pretty excited. I see a tomahawk chop back there. But what is it about, you brought up Auburn first. What is it about Auburn that stands out to you and getting that offer, early? Because we all know how it is. You remember the ones that offer you first, and you've got other ones early as well, like I mentioned before. But what is it about Auburn? And then I'm going to ask you about Florida and Michigan as well.
They stay in contact with me a lot, and the whole staff texts me. It's not just one dude texts me all the time. It's everybody texts me, and me and Coach Friend, we have a really good relationship because I've known him for a long time, and he started recruiting me when I was a freshman. And they got this new facility they're building. It's really nice too.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, I think it's a $91 million facility, really taking a step up in that realm. What is it about Florida State and Florida that, is it something, and again, before I ask that, are you looking at this as I want to play in the SEC, or I'm going to go wherever I feel the most comfortable, regardless of conference, regardless of what anybody did before me?
I think I'm just going somewhere I just feel comfortable somewhere that makes me feel home.
Good for you. And that's how it should be. And that's why I used to tell the guys all the time we were recruiting, and that's how it should be. Because again, you're the one that's got to be there. I don't think a lot of people realize that when you make that decision and all the recruiting stuff's over and they start the de-recruitment process, you're the one that's got to be there. You got to like the CAF, you got to like the town, and you're there for at least 3 years. And knowing how talented you are, I know you're going to get that degree, but you got a bright future ahead of you. And you look at Florida with Dan Mullen, what they did last year with Kyle Trask and Kyle Pitts. What is it about the Gators that stand out to you? And especially they lost a lot off that roster looking ahead to next year. What is it about Florida?
It's just they have they're traditionally good. Like they've always been good. They have some really good coaches, and their offense, I like the way it is. You get 5 wide and pass the ball a lot, and I like that.
Yeah. And the reason I said athlete earlier is because you play baseball too as well, and you're a very good baseball player. Have you made your mind up that you're going to play both sports in college, or are you still kind of feeling it out?
I still don't know yet.
I got you. Well, again, it's something at the end of the day where you're a lot more athletic than me to be able to do both. And if you can block a defensive end and hit a home run, I don't know too many guys that can do that in the world. So again, it's just a compliment to you. But, Riley, I think something that stands out about your recruitment to me is that, and you brought it up, you're going to go where you're comfortable, but you seem to be in control. Obviously your family's involved, but you seem to be very comfortable with the recruiting process. And I know you had a brother that went through it that's helping you, but for some guys it can be overwhelming, and it obviously hasn't overwhelmed you. Can you talk about, number one, how humble you are? Because that's another thing I hear when they talk about Riley Quick is how humble you are. Can you talk about just the recruiting process and how you go about doing it?
I see how it can be overwhelming to some people because they just feel like they've always got to answer them and answer them now, whenever they text them. But it's really not like that. They like you. You don't have to, if they're texting you, they obviously like you. You don't have to answer right away every time. And I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. And again, obviously having your brother, that helps. But at the end, you're the asset. You're the guy that they're coming to get. And obviously you want to be cordial and send a message as fast as possible. But some guys, freak out, and it can be overwhelming, especially when the offers start rolling. Because Riley, you went through it. You get that one big offer, and then all of a sudden you get a ton more, and it really can become overwhelming. But what is it? And we're here with Riley Quick, one of the top offensive tackles in the country, 4-star out of Hewitt, Trussville, Alabama. But Riley, in your game, when I watch, and I mentioned, your athleticism and your frame to add and grow and keep doing stuff like that. But what is one thing about your game that you're working on? Something that, not a weakness, but something you want to get on par with everything else, or you feel that you have to do to be as successful as you can be going to the next level?
One thing that I'm really focusing on is probably my hand placement.
What a great answer. So talk about that for a second. Is it, shooting your hands more? Is it making sure, obviously you're not ducking your head and able to extend and setting yourself up to where, even if you do slip or a hand slips off, you can still put your hands back inside, whip them, and win?
It's mainly obviously shooting your hands quick, and you just don't want to shoot and hit them in the shoulder or anything.
Yes.
You get the hands inside, and if you get your hands inside before they do, it's easy for me because I have long arms. And if I get my hands on them first, it's going to be pretty easy for me to win because they're not going to be able to get their hands back on me.
I know. And again, you're a tough guy too. You're physical. You're not afraid to put your face in it. And your last name's Quick. And to be quick, you probably need good sneakers. And I can tell you where you can get some online right now. You go to ebay.com/sneakers. They've got an authenticity guarantee. Look at the logo, look at the box. Like I say, the threads, the tongue, the sole, the shoes, everything is going to be exactly what you wanted. There will be no funny business. They have a great track record, whether it's old shoes, new shoes, Air Force One, Crocs. There's shoes made out of marshmallows. They got them on eBay. So head over to ebay.com/sneakers today and tell them Jboy sent you. But Riley, another thing I want to get to, what is it about playing O-line that you like the most? Is it the ability to bury somebody when you get a chance to bury them?
It's just fun, hitting somebody every play and blocking. It's fun.
Yeah, and again, you make it look a lot easier than it is, and you still got a ton of room for growth. And Riley, I do got to ask, and you got such a long time until the early signing period, which is really the new signing day, pretty much. When do you think you want to make a decision? Is this something you see dragging along? And if you don't know, you don't know. You don't have to give me an answer. But is it something that you kind of want to get out of the way by the summer, or are you going to let it play out through the fall?
I think I'm going to commit sometime starting my senior year.
Okay. Again, so you can focus on the year, huh? Because you only get one senior year in high school, man. You got to enjoy it.
Sure.
Definitely. But Riley, I really appreciate you coming on, man. We'll get you back as you get closer. Heck, man, I may try and bring you in studio, get you to commit on the show. I'll drive down to Hewitt Trussville and pick you up. But again, I really appreciate it. I know you and Eli Gravitt are boys, and he talks unbelievably highly about you. And we've talked, and I hope you aced that math test before you came on, man. I believe in you. If it's like anything else, I'm sure you did good. But tell everybody, Riley, where they can find you on social media to just keep up with your recruitment and be able to see, the offers that you keep getting and stuff like that.
On Twitter, it's RileyQuick12.
That's easy, man. It's so easy. Well, man, I really appreciate it. We'll talk soon. Have a great rest of the day. Good luck in the game tonight. I know you said you got one tonight. I hope the weather's better there than it is here. And I know you're going to go do your thing. And I'm going to get you back on soon. I appreciate you guys joining us. We're bringing on the top guys. Look at him. He's right there. You can see him. Riley Quick, one of the top offensive tackles in the country, and just a great all-around dude who's going to have a ton of success and has a really bright future. Make sure you keep checking us out. We got more stuff coming. It's been another edition of the Jboy Show, #1 in the country in sports news on Apple Podcasts, and we're only getting started. And Jboy's going, gone. The Jboy Show is produced by David Cohn, technical director Dave Hammock, creative director David Culbertson, audio engineer Feyzan, production assistant Kyle Orr, and our executive producers Jake Crain, Vince Thompson, and of course we film at Melt Sports in Atlanta, GA. So come check us out.